is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then welcome to my channel, and in today's video we are going to be talking about why you should be reading Ichi the Witch by Osamu Nishi and art by Shiro Usazaki. And this video is going to be based off of the first 30 chapters of this series, which at the time of filming this isn't all of the chapters that are out, but it is close, like it's within 5. I will have the content warnings I could find, if I could find them, linked down below in the description along with links to some resources, and let's go ahead and get into it. And Ichi the Witch is a new Shonen Jump series that takes place in a world where only women can be witches until one day an unsuspecting boy acquires their power. And going into this series, I honestly didn't think that I would like it, which is why I ignored it for as long as I did, but then it started to gain some hype and I decided, why not? You know, it's not every day that a new Shonen Jump series seems like it's actually going to make it. And the first thing that I noticed was that this series was by Osamu Nishi, who is also responsible for Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, which is a series that I really like a lot. So that took my expectations for this series from skeptical to pretty excited, honestly. But we didn't get off to the best start together within the first 4 chapters, because although I really did love the art style, I just wasn't super into the plot, or even the comedy itself, which was really surprising and kind of devastating for me. And I ended up not returning to this series after those first 4 chapters for a little over a month, but when I came back, that's when me and this series really started to get along with one another. And let's start by talking about the characters. Ichi, he is a hunter, he is chaotic, but also a sweet boy. I really liked following him, he had a lot of fun moments, but the real star of this series for me is obviously Descaras, who is actually the reason why I ended up reading this series in the first place, because the hype that I mentioned earlier was actually surrounding her and comparing her to Satoru Gojo. And you know, it's not an incorrect comparison, the vibes are there. She is a lot of fun and I loved watching her just use her magic and thrive. Like, her confidence and her delusions are all very fun to me, and this next thing is something that I could say for all of the characters and also just the series at large. But there is a darker, morally gray humor to this series as well. But I also feel like it makes this series really stand out because it is really fun at times in terms of just like the quality of the humor, and also just sometimes the shock and surprise of it, and just how it also combines with how silly and cute and wholesome this series is. Because make no mistake, it is very silly and very cute. Because they do really lean into the comedy more than I expected them to, just all around. Like, this series is shonen, there are shonen fight scenes happening, but they're also just having some fun, and there were so many points where I was mentally preparing for a basic shonen fight scene that I probably would have found boring. But then this series didn't do that. They leaned into the comedy, got super silly, and I had a great time. And again, I feel like that makes this series really stand out. Like, it feels super refreshing, and I think it really helped me get into the story overall because I am really invested in this series now. And like, I'm excited to see what they're going to do next and come up with next, because it really could be anything. But the tone has been set that whatever it is, I'm probably just going to have a ton of fun with it. As for the relationships, again, it's messy. The dark humor definitely comes into play with the relationships and just the banter and the bickering, but there's also a lot of heart here too, and some found family that has been super sweet. There is some like inner witch society discussions and debates on what they are going to do with Ichi that I wasn't super invested in compared to everything else, other than just like getting to meet some fun characters and seeing them introduced through that method. So I'm not sure how interested I am in the world in that sense, but I am really interested in the magic system, mostly because of the magics. They all have their own personalities and designs and just things going on that make for some really fun action scenes and comedy. And also, just kind of like what I said before, when they show up, I get really excited to see what the series has come up with for them and just what concepts and designs are there. Which, speaking of, I really love the character designs, and I do not say this next thing lightly, but the art style for me has just enough Witch Hat Atelier in it to make me extremely happy. The series also does have a larger storyline to it as well that I really like and I'm excited to see get developed more. But I also do think that I love this series the most when they're just off being silly. And I am so excited to keep following these characters to see all of the different situations that they get into and the shenanigans that result from it. Because again, the series has been really fun so far, and I just love knowing that there's probably a really bright future ahead of them, and what will hopefully be a long but appropriately sized run for them to do all that they need to do to tell the story that they want to tell, but also have some fun along the way. Okay, so that is all that I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and answer the question that'll be around here if you want to do that, and hopefully I will see you here next time. Bye!